In Fort Myers, we had some guys in their 20s, we had 30s, 40s, 50s, we had guys in their 60s. So Ryan McIntosh fell into that mid-20s category, someone who admitted online that they were looking for a liaison, talking to a teenage boy who had just come out as being gay, offered to help him through that process.
Oh God, another one of these. I'm gonna help him, you know, discover himself. They're gonna G-word him. You know, they're gonna try to GROOM him, if you know what I mean.
There he is. All right.
We'll watch TV or something. I'll be right back out, all right? All right. All right, cool.
In Fort Myers, Dell.
I kind of feel sorry for Dell, because the thing is, Dell can be both a boy or a girl, and I love you, Dell. I'm not trying to make fun of you at all, but it is kind of funny how they could kind of dress up Dell to be a dude, and she looks like a dude, but I don't know. I hope she's doing really good now. I think she's actually moved on with her life since then a good amount, and I think she's actually still doing stuff like this, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she works with Tetrad Core, but I can't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure she still does catching, you know, at least like this type of work somewhere. I thought you could probably find her on Twitter. Anyway,
would play the role of the male decoy. Dell is a contributor with Perverted Justice. She is one of the most senior people there. She has a number of roles.
I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit, because I do tell MSNBC when I file the copyright disputes that I do edit this video.
Not much, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good.
What you doing here?
Come and hang out.
Hang out with who?
I'm not trying to be mean, but he kind of does look like a lesbian. I was really starting to wonder if he was just like a butch lesbian, or if he was a boy, but I don't know. He is. I'm guessing it's a dude.
And how old is he?
Dude look like a lady.
14. And how old are you?
That's a shout out to the past of my show. If you know what I'm talking about, I bet you're cracking up right now.
23. Why do you think it's appropriate for you as a 23-year-old to come here to hang out with a 14-year-old?
I was just coming to hang out.
Coming to hang out. Now, you had a pretty lengthy conversation with him.
Several times I did.
Yeah, several times.
When I was growing up, my parents used to say, don't talk to strangers, don't.
Skip ahead.
To solicit somebody who's underage for sex on the internet.
Sure.
Which was pretty much what was going on here.
Not tonight. I didn't have that conversation tonight.
You didn't have that conversation?
No.
With this boy who said he was 14?
I said I didn't have it tonight. What I said.
You didn't have it tonight?
I did have it maybe a couple minutes ago. We talked about it, sure.
Ryan.
It doesn't matter what day or time or whatever you did it, man. You did it.
McIntosh, in the very last conversation before he shows up at the house, he sort of retreats. He's more cautious. He's more about, well, let's see how it goes. We can hang out. He leaves it open. And I think when we see this, we see someone who might be suspicious about walking into an investigation.
You talk about penis size, whether he's got pubic hair.
Well, how would you care? That is, I've never in my life, when talking to any woman at any point in my life, asked if they had that type of hair down there, if you know what I mean, obviously, because Chris just said it. No, I don't care. I would hope that you would keep it clean down there regardless. You know, I like it shaved, but you know, I would rather it be clean, you know, over everything else, because, you know, obvious reasons you'd want it to be clean down there, but just, I don't know.
You say you're horny. You say you're masturbating while you're talking to him. You talk about hooking up, and you say, if you don't tell anybody, you suck my
I said that?
And then you say, I don't want to go to
Yeah, you said that. I'm pretty sure you remember saying it. You said it 2 days ago, dummy.
jail. Do you recall that conversation?
I'm sure I did say that.
The reality is, once that solicitation is made, even if it's earlier, you know, crime has been committed.
I was just going over here to hang out, and I felt like I'd be more a big brother more than anything.
Oh my God, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard I was going to be a big brother, a mentor, I was coming to counsel this person. If I had a nickel or a dime for every time I heard that on this show, just I would be richer than Mr. Beast right now. I'm serious. Like that is always the excuse of the gay P words, that they're coming to, help them in some way or guide them or be a mentor, a big brother, if you will, even though your brother wouldn't be doing that, you would hope. Whatever.
Big brother.
Yeah,
So you're coming over to be a mentor.
in a way, yes.
In a way.
And I'm sure you've heard that 20 billion times.
Do gay men really need a mentor? I mean, I know this is just an excuse, but I don't think they need a mentor, period, at any age. I mean, I imagine it's pretty easy to just go to, those type of adult websites and look up that type of, adult content and, see how it works. You would think that there is no, you don't need a mentor. This is just, yeah.
20 billion and one counting tonight.
I'm sure. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm sure you hear this from everybody, but no, I had no intention of having sex with them tonight. I'd like to educate other people and let them know what it's really like and what it's not like.
You drove 2 hours. You're not gonna, you weren't gonna do anything with this person, really?
And that they don't have to because they're the only child and they haven't had a big brother or a big sister.
I had one older sister. I still have an older sister that I've brought up many times. We're very close. And I talk to her every day, and, I make her laugh, like, constantly. Every time I talk to her, I make her just burst out laughing through the whole conversation because I'm just so wide open, and we just egg each other on, basically, and the way that we just make each other laugh, like I'll say something really insane and she'll say something funny or laugh, or we just kind of one up each other in that sort of conversation where we're just kind of laughing the whole time. And my dad and his brother are the same way. But I would never, and have never, would never in a billion, cajillion, trillion, whatever, infinite amount of years until the whole universe implodes and God just gives up on his own life and everything, even past that point, would never, even a microscopic, like the tiniest amoeba bacteria on the world amount, even remotely consider any type of relations with my sister or anybody that I'm related to. Just none. Just none. Absolute. I would, I'd rather cut my junk off than even think about such a disgusting act. But apparently this guy, there was one guy that was a P word that did say that he consumed father-son adult material. And I'm like, it's like, what? That exists? Why? Who the flunk would watch something that gross? That's just wrong. What is wrong with you people?
Or whatever the case may be.
But here's the thing, and most people would say that there's nothing wrong with helping somebody come to terms with who they are, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the issue here is not gay or straight.
Right.
The issue here is adult-child. So why didn't the chat on the internet reflect what you're telling me now?
Well, I didn't necessarily have that conversation tonight. I was going to just come out and hang out and see what he's like.
McIntosh was pretty nonchalant about the whole thing. And I don't know whether that's because he thought terms.
Tell you, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I know.
And
He knew and didn't walk out. Bro, you're an idiot. So I'm just going to say this. If you ever are caught, not, and this I don't care because I hope he did go to jail forever, or just ruin his life with this tape. But if you are encountered, have an encounter with the police, no matter how nice they are, and I respect the police, they actually did save us about a couple months ago, because there was a crackhead that showed up at the house at 11:30 that was banging on the door trying to get in. I don't know what he wanted, probably money or something, because apparently he's well known in the area. But we had a crackhead show up, and that was the one time I've ever called the cops well, I've only called the cops twice in my life. That was one of them. The other one was where I thought there was a crackhead in my basement back in 2017. Turned out there wasn't. But there was a crackhead that showed up at the house, and they showed up and they genuinely seemed like they really cared about it. They were very concerned, very understanding, very professional, very nice. They knew who it was after I showed them video of the guy, on our camera that we have on the thing. They told me that they knew who he was and that he was harmless. It wasn't somebody that you had to worry about really, and they would go see if they could find him and get him some help. I mean, they really seemed like good dudes, right? But at the same time, I was the victim of, I wouldn't even call it a crime. I mean, he was just, banging on the door. But they said he was probably, they said he worked all day and smoked crack all night and just sort of wandered around town and all of that. And just, he probably didn't even know he was at my house is what they said. And that's sad and all. But the point I'm saying is if you do have an encounter with the police, unless you are giving them a report of something happened to you, you should shut up immediately. If you are being interviewed on TV, you should shut up as well. You should never talk to reporters on TV of any type. And I'm going to tell you why, because they will twist your words and they will turn it into something that it's not, and it's going to be your word against some big TV host or whatever. Don't talk to the cops and don't talk to any reporters of any kind for any paper unless it's like a grand opening of your business. But if it's anything scandalous, never talk to the press. There's no good that can come of talking to the press for any reason.
Have you seen the previous stories? You have.
Any reason beyond, grand opening or advertisement.
And what was your impression of the earlier stories?
Nothing. They were very good cover.
All right, this is good. It's a little boring after that. So he gets arrested, and we will go over to our favorite website, the best website on the internet. We'll just switch over here to this really quick, and then we'll go to our favorite website, which is the TCAP wiki at tocatchapredator.fandom.com wiki / this is him now. I believe this is him now. He is an owner of a dog boutique. He was born in 1983. He's married, apparently. 164 pounds, 5'10". Behind the scenes, the beginning part, I think it just tells you basically just some basic stuff from the house and what we just watched. Behind the scenes, this tells us what happens afterwards. So let's get to the behind the scenes. Let's get our favorite girl, Microsoft Edge TTS, to read this to me, and then we'll wrap up. Let's hear it.
While in court, Ryan told his lawyer he didn't believe his interview with Chris was real and was drunk on apple martinis at the time. Ryan asked...
So you just admitted to a DUI to a judge. That's smart. Okay, keep going.
Asked the court to not use his interview with Chris as evidence, but the judge refused.
Imagine that.
Refused. 1. Ryan spent 404 days in jail because he refused to enter a plea. He grew impatient and finally pleaded guilty to 1 felony count of using the internet to solicit/attempt solicit a child for sex/lewdness. 2. 3. He received time served, was given lifetime sex offender registration, and placed on probation until 2010. 2. Ryan is now married and has received hair transplant surgery. 2.
I don't know why the hair transplant surgery thing is necessary, but I guess he was going bald and he got some new hair. I don't know why they did that, but 404 days in jail, so I think that was justice served, and that's good enough. It should have been a lot longer. When I explained to my dad about doing this show and told him about how these people get these much shorter sentences than you'd expect, he was like, why don't they get longer? I don't know. Just... that's how it is. That's how life works. Anyway, like and subscribe as always with the bell icon. Bell icon is the biggest thing. And set your notifications to all so you get, notifications when I put up videos. I post daily. It's 1 To Catch a Predator video a day now. It comes out at 2 p.m. every day. I'm not going to be spamming anymore, mainly because, the first episode popped off like crazy. So now I'm just going to start scheduling them out. So you will have them on a consistent basis. If there is any changes, I will tell you in the community tab that you need to subscribe to see. Okay, also check out all my social media along with my books and mailing list where you can get some free stuff from me every month. All of the details for that are in my link tree in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care. Also, watch the full playlist if you can. See ya.